G'day everybody. I want to talk about solar panels and what you can do with them. And when it comes to solar panels, they have recommendations. When you need to hook up the voltages and hook up solar panels together to get a higher voltage for whatever system, you got to make sure that the solar panels are compatible when it comes to the wattage and how they're made. So they whinge a little bit about, even if they're the same wattage, the different brands may not work together well, but they can. So it's quite annoying, and most do, but they do say that. But when it comes to the wattage, you got to make sure the wattage is right, otherwise the levels don't float right and you can get heat problems and stuff like that. So when it comes to solar panels, it's best if you can to get at least the right amount of panels to the wattage, the voltage. So if you've got a 24 watt, you want at least two the same, is a good way to go about it. And then hook up another 12, hook it up, double line it to another 24 watt, another two different ones, right? So you can keep going like that and hook them up and feed it. But if you try to make two different panels, like definitely one's 250 and one's 200, they'll sort of function, but you'll get problems and stuff like that, and it can cause problems. And to make the 24, but they're both 12, right? You'll have problems and it can cause things and issues. But people do push recommendations. There's recommendations in software and hardware and everything, and they're there for safety reasons and also for insurance reasons as well in other cases. And because of that, people don't mind to push things or research things so they can push things and change things in certain areas. But when it comes to solar panels, you got to make sure you do a little bit of research when it comes to that area. Otherwise, you can cause a hell of a fire when it comes to solar panels, inverters, and batteries. All have their own little dangers of how they need to be connected. Otherwise, you get issues. That's why professionals usually deal with that kind of area. Not to play around with it too much. A lot of home people can. It is an area where the market allows us to do that. As a lot of these things like caravan systems, off-grid systems and stuff like that when it comes to batteries. But we can get house fires and things like that when they don't get hooked up right. And as we hear about when it comes to lithium batteries and just things not old and done quite right, can cause an issue. Doesn't mean you have an issue now, doesn't mean you don't get an issue later. And so when things change, it's always best to be onto it, but a lot of things get changed, left, forget, and then an issue comes. So it's good to do a little bit of research if you're ever doing things yourself. When it comes to what you do at home, doesn't mean they'll allow it, doesn't mean you should. Always research and make sure you know what could happen when you do such things. And have a good one. And I thought I'd just do a quick video, as my dad does similar thing, and myself. And he's got some panels playing up and things play up. I've had the same issue. I've got different panels as well myself. I've got different brands. And so I thought I'd just have a little chat about it. And have a good one. You want to go out, Tess? See ya.